Hey guys. So I've got another revocation for you. This one is slightly longer. Okay, so bear with me. It will take a while. It is to remove artificial intelligence and remote influences. It is a soul shard revocation for reclaiming soul shards. Okay, this will help with targeting. So if you've seen the targeting revocation, this is also do this alongside it. This is a very good one. It is slightly longer. Say it out loud as often as you can, because it helps to program your electromagnetic field, which provides the first line of defense from these things. Bearing in mind you can have up to 100 or so remote influences at any one time attacking one person. And these are the sentient beings, basically, that control and influence the artificial intelligence. So do this as often as possible. Even just for the hell of it, it will help. We're all targeted on some level, some more than others, but we're all going through this. So say it out loud and see how you get on. Let me know how you like it. Okay. Again, this is one of Andrew Bartz's. I use this on a regular basis. I've not found these anywhere else, but I do find them really, really useful. Helps to keep my energy field clear. And I really notice it when I haven't done it for a while. Okay. So we're talking to start with once a day, if possible. And then we're talking maybe once a week, once a month, once you've done it so regularly, it kind of lives in your energy field. Okay. So, this is a revocation for the express sovereign purpose of reconnecting yourself with your soul shards. I, in the ever present moment of now, choose to form a multi layered spiritual court of equity for the express sovereign purpose of reconnecting me with my soul shards who have been lost in time through the acts of others. Disconnecting the social system of time from consciousness living on the surface earth. All beings who have erased, altered, destroyed, or redefined our history of false intentions or perspective foreign to our race memory are hereby given notice. Your services are no longer required. From this point forwards and backwards, through all perspectives of time, I break all contracts and subsequent prediction-based contracts. I enact the universal claim of taught. What is the authentic signature frequency of universal place of space-time that your soul spark came into existence? You have violated me for the last moment of ever-present moments. You are hereby banned and banished from all of my realities in all dimensions, time streams, galaxies, and universes, and void spaces in which I exchange energy. I bind all acts against this I am presence to every spiritual court of equity I have ever created. I enact the universal requirement of your source time frequency. Without it, you have no experiences with me. You are not real. I do not exchange energy with beings who are not real. If at any point of time matrix a form of consent was given, granted, or assumed by some hierarchical authority that this I am presence is not fully aware of, it is now revoked with sacred neutral prejudice. So complete and total disentanglement from the universal drama, galactic drama, or earth drama. I make this a definitive statement for a reason. We cannot live in a solid point of reality that has no source function for the I am presence. Here we go. The DNA technology was never meant to function in this manner. The process of gene engineering has created a paradox of self-incarnation and reincarnation that has created a separation of soul density that is not within the divine co-creative power of the self in equal co-creation with Earth Mother's realms that use other source time codes. With this knowledge, in the ever-present co-creative moment, I connect to the Akashic records of 20,000 light frequency worlds. I assemble all source time codes from all nonlinear concurrently running spiritual courts of equity. I expand my knowingness to recognize all residual images of other soul family members outside this frequency of time. I now share with the all my call to all source of sources. I call to my sacred space of internal healing. I call to the 4 elements of Earth Mother's realms: air, earth, fire, and water. I call to the 7 directions. I protect all sacred space of all unity consciousness and collective consciousness creations existing in Earth Mother's realms. I call forth all unified collective consciousness creations with the source identified authentic signature frequency of the universal place of space-time the collective consciousness creation came into existence. I call forth all ancestors of true source relations to hold sacred neutral space in this multidimensional spiritual court of equity. I call forth all observers using unentangled observer technology that manipulated 1, 2, or 3 degrees of separation. I connect all of you to all identified collective consciousness creations so that you may be observed by your 7 future generations. I call to my sacred medicine spread. The healer's tools have been laid out in the ceremonial fashion. We, the dreamers of the southern skies, call out to this moment of I am recognition of ancestors on the blue road of spirit, waiting for us to acknowledge their presence as an I am being in a different form of time. I choose this moment to engage my sacred heart space, to connect to the dreamers of the southern skies. I unify my dreaming presence with my I am presence. I make this the super technology of communion and union with all sentient kind living and coexisting in Earth's dreaming mind. With this now action of no time in dream space, I call forth the ancient future now, 7 generations of incarnations of myself and soul family. So this I am may begin to tell the tale of ancestors past, present, and future. I am a being of love, created through love and with love. I continue to create this space of knowingness so all beings may seek and find inner peace and solace through dreaming. I set out the dreamer's tools in my sacred dream space. I set out the shaman's healing bowl, engraved ancient sequoia wood with pictographs of the turtles and the stars. I set out the shaman's spirit rattle so the rhythm of dream is felt in all layers of the self. I set out the rites of passage victory feathers. I set out the last path of this future self calling home now. I speak to the crystal and mineral kingdom these words of unity. The time is now, and the power is you. In the moments of no time now, I go deep into my shaman's rattle, seeking the next words of life, so 2-legged perceive more of the dreaming world around them. I shake the rattle to send away the mind whispers telling us it is not real. I go deeper and deeper into the world of dreams, finding my dreaming self from a long time ago. I greet myself with this message to all ancestors. The time is now, and the I Am presence is here to assist all of nature to find its remedy and resolve. With all creatures, with all creature kind in the dream space of Earth realms, you who is Mother Earth manifest, I call to you in dream time. I am self-presence. I ask you to aid me in understanding my star brothers and sisters who dream a different dream space, still linked to our dreaming space of spaces. Earth Mother, who is the galactic seed planet of ancient legends before the recording of universal Akashic records of sentient free will. I call to you to come out of ancient dream space to become one again with the will of your children, to heal the many worlds interacting with our I Am presence, embroiled in the resolution of universal karma. I assemble all master time codices from multiple nonlinear spiritual courts of equity and place them in this master location in a hierarchical order to create a space of all time codes within the system. This space is my spiritual medium to all other frames of sentient experience. This space of all time is where we become the mediums of time and begin the process of translation of emanations of the past and the future, calling ourselves home to the ancient present now. This ancient moment of present now is at hand. I see my infinite choices and potentials. Now I activate and actualize every single infinite point and potential. I manifest them already in all time space. Sorry. So I may see every line of creation that leads to global dream time awakening for all species kind living and coexisting on Earth Mother's realms. Ancestors in all linear, nonlinear, concurrently running multidimensional spiritual courts of equity, with all source time codes of all sentient, non-entangled observers as sacred neutral witness. I co-create my own value-based in lifetime to lifetime experience with those who share my reality. In sovereign neutral expression of do no harm to all sentient life, living and coexisting with this signature frequency of being. At this ever-present moment of moments, I say these sacred words to all of the universe. I drop my old robes and accept my universal citizenship as source concentrate incarnate. This being of the now makes manifest my signature frequency of being. I call to the galactic central sun of this galaxy and all galaxies I have existed in. I ask you to come into every single spiritual court of equity that I have ever created, to act as sovereign neutral auditor of the time-space existence. I ask that the master collective consciousness of all galaxies come into my sacred space of sovereign reality to seek the universal truth. To all ancestors present in the ever-present moment of now. I hope this helps. Take care. See you soon.